What's up, everyone? We are back. It's been a while. We this is part take two because last time
Take
we
two.
off. But
Well,
back
we're doing it for
again
you guys.
with Mr. Morris. He's got the Packers shirt on. They're ready to bounce, but not even bounce back, but build off what they have accomplished this year,
Yes.
even as a 9-8 young squad with a boatload of draft picks. But we're going to be doing the first round mock draft this today. We'll have trades. He's going to have all the odd number picks. So he'll have 135 all the way up to 31. Then I'll have 2 through 32, all the even number picks. We're going to get right into it. Um, Obviously, it's great to have been on here, though. So welcome on, man. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Very
Yes.
excited for the NFL draft starting April 25th.
Yes, sir.
ESPN, ABC, I believe it'll also be on. I just can't wait. It's been a little, like Ian said, it's been a while. Might even be like close to like 2 years now. It's
Exactly.
been
Yeah.
some time since Ian and I have talked sports a lot, but we haven't
Right.
done it for
Right.
you
Yeah, I
guys
haven't
in a while. So
posted it. But
um,
can you see the
yes,
website
I
good?
can see it
Okay,
perfectly.
good.
It looks great. So
Awesome.
first overall, I'm gonna go Caleb Williams. Pretty
Sounds
simple
good.
here.
Yeah.
I know people are saying, "Oh, well, it's the ego and everything," and I understand that to a degree. But with all the endorsements and everything, if you were his age, I think you would be feeling good about yourself too. I think there's a little bit of things that might be a little hard for him to adapt, like the backpedaling of those kind of throws. But other than that, man, when he gets outside the pocket, he really can make any other throw. And I think when people say, "Oh, well, it was digress," like he digressed and everything. Well, the defense did not help him at all.
Right.
It
Right.
it
Right.
was bottom tier.
Exactly.
So I like him a lot. I think you pair him up now with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. I think Chicago's probably even want to even go more wide receivers in the draft. It's a new era in Chicago for sure. Let go of Justin Fields. Now he's with your Steelers as
Yeah.
the backup there, but I think this is going to be a great fit
Yeah.
for him.
I
I mean,
agree.
some
He's
growing
up.
pains, but I think
Oh
they'll
yeah.
be good.
100%. Yeah. I think he's as close to as a I think he's an elite prospect. I don't like the word generational. I think it gets thrown around too much, but
Agreed.
he's gonna be an excellent player. At two, I'd go Drake May, but I think they're gonna go Jaden Daniels. His throwing motion really reminds me of Stroud. It's just smooth, quick, fluid, compact. He's accurate throwing down the field, especially on seams, deep balls. I'd like to see him throw it over the middle a little bit more. That's why my comparison for him is Justin Fields. They both are not very good throwing it over the middle
No,
or really reading the middle. So that's the next step for him. But every year in college, he has gotten better, and he's obviously the Heisman winner this past year. But obviously, his main trait, what is going to separate him from his draft mates, is his legs. He is electric when he gets the ball in his hands in the open field, able to outrun defenses as a quarterback. So that's rare to see. He has a thinner frame and takes some big hits. I'd like to see him not do that as much to prolong his career. But
that is what scares me. I was just gonna
yeah,
say that about him. I think
yeah,
when push comes to shove, he does run a little too much when you don't necessarily need to.
yeah.
But
But he's got the talent, man. I
he
do
does,
think he will be a good starter in the NFL for sure.
no doubt about it. Well, three, I'm gonna go Drake Man. I do agree with you, Ian. I actually have him as a better prospect than Jane
Yeah,
Daniels, just because of the fact of how gifted of a thrower Drake May is. I think he's also got one of the best deep balls in the draft, no
yeah,
doubt about it. The long ball is insane. He can make any throw. The vision IQ is unbelievable. How he reads defenses, and it's quarterbacks like this that come from North Carolina. This isn't a guy that's necessarily been nearly as talked about as Caleb Williams or Jane Daniels. And I think he's going to use that as a chip on his shoulder coming draft day and for the
yeah,
new team. Now, unfortunately, New England, their draft need is not only a quarterback, it's a lot more than just that. But I do think this is really a great step in the right direction for them. And again, like I said, he can make any throw and he can make really tough throws too, where you just pin the ball right through the
right.
cornerback.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable to see.
yeah. He gets some real arm drive when he loads his feet and his footwork is right. He can really drive the ball with velocity. That's like his main thing. His footwork is really not very good, especially when he's under pressure. But when he gets out of the pocket, he makes plays. He's an excellent runner. He's got the prototypical size. That's why people compare him to Josh Allen. I see a lot more Trevor Lawrence based off of the throwing motion and the just some of the overthrows sometimes are uh, obviously bad, but he's 21. He has time, and I think the Patriots, as long as they build around him correctly, I think May is going to be a very, very good quarterback for New England for many years to come, really. So we'll go May there. At 4, this one's obvious. Marvin Harrison's son, Marvin Harrison Jr. Reminds me of AJ Green so much. He's got a little Devontae Adams too. Excellent route
That's
runner,
what I was exactly
excellent
gonna say.
hands. He's got elite speed. I wouldn't say he's very explosive after the catch. I wouldn't say he's super physical in that standpoint, but he's just everywhere else. He is just so good. He's just so technically refined. Everything about him is just pro ready, and I would label him as generational as a wide receiver because he has everything. So it's just he's going to be so good for Kyler Murray. It's not even funny. He's going to be good.
No doubt about him. Kyler Murray's going to need him. There's no
Yeah,
doubt about that. And I
100%.
think Marvin Harrison Jr., he's going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate, no doubt about it. Like you said, the speed itself reminds me of
Yeah,
Devontae Adams.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. So I actually do have a trade here
There we go.
where we're able to do trades here, right? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right there, proposed trade. So I have the Vikings. I think they
Vikings.
are going to be still train up 5 with the Chargers. Kirk Cousins went to the Atlanta Falcons. They need a quarterback. Let's go JJ McCarthy. Why
Ooh,
not? And I
all
think
right.
JJ McCarthy, it's more than all he's just a winner. Well, yes, he's a winner, but there's a reason for the reason he's a winner. He has amazing leadership, JJ McCarthy. There's no doubt about it. He's a great guy, and when you really dive deep into it, it's more than just oh, he's only had five touchdown passes outside the pocket.
Right.
He is such an elite thrower. I was very amazed with him at the combine. I
Yeah.
really was. I generally was. And I think he knows how to win, and that's gonna very well carry well, with Minnesota.
Right.
Obviously, I think they've definitely lost some pieces, but I mean, I think this guy is gonna go really well with Justin Jefferson and everything like that. So I like him a lot. I think he's got great game day preparation too. Everything I think for young people on like what to follow and making sure you're in the like best way to be a quarterback. I think you should look at JJ
Yeah.
McCarthy,
I
how to go about yourself. He's a
He's
great
good. I
guy.
mean, he's young too, so I
He
I don't
is.
understand the hate so much with him. I mean,
I don't either.
they're probably just pissed that the Michigan won and they won because they ran the football so well. But McCarthy, if you really watch him, when there were the third and longs, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10, I mean, he
He
made
makes the
plays, man.
throws.
He made plays under pressure. He's got accuracy over the middle, makes some really pinpoint throws. He's got a live arm when he gets his feet right. Um, there are bad misses sometimes, but he's young. He's gonna figure it out. And I really believe that with Kevin O'Connell, the coach at Minnesota, man, I think that could be probably his best situation that he could go into. And then
And
you're
in the
throwing,
college football playoff, the he made some of the greatest throws I've ever seen versus
Mhm,
Alabama. It was unbelievable. So in the big moments, he's there.
exactly. And throwing to Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison. I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
what can
Come
you ask?
on now.
What more can you ask for, man? I mean, and on the defensive side, they've added some guys. They added Jonathan Grenner. They lost Daniil Hunter, but like I just said, they signed Jonathan Grenner, so he had a good year. He's an edge rusher, and they just keep adding guys. So
They
plus
do.
they're getting him on a rookie deal as long as he develops correctly. Which honestly, him and Darnold are kind of similar in terms of their play style. They both got pretty good arms, play from the pocket pretty well. I think that's a really good fit for him, man. I
I
like him
do.
a lot. At 6 is the New York Football Giants. They're going to take Mr. Neighbors. He reminds me a lot of
I like
Jamar
it.
Chase and just the way that he moves, especially after the catch. He is a crisp, electric route runner. He's got great hands, deep threat, and just I'm telling you, give him the football in short, intermediate ranges, and he will outrun the whole entire defense. He is an unbelievable player, and I think that's going to really help Daniel Jones out this year, especially with him especially with this being possibly his last go with New York. even coming off an ACL, which was just brutal for him. But Neighbors is going to really help whoever the quarterback is there that year. Neighbors is awesome.
I am curious to see at some point in the draft if the Giants do select a quarterback. It's going to be very interesting to see. But I agree with you on Malik Neighbors. And also, the LSU class going into the NFL needs no introduction. It's absolutely unbelievable
Yeah.
it's just the list goes on and on. So, but Malik Neighbors, I like that a lot. 7 for me is pretty much a no-brainer. I think Tennessee, they're going to go Joe Alt
Yeah.
from Notre Dame. This
Definitely.
guy, man, I know he's left tackle. I think he can really play any position on the line. He's big. He's got a huge wingspan, which fascinates me, watching for the offensive lineman. I think he's a bulldozer, man. It's going to be very tough to get past him. And Will Levis is going to really like that because Will Levis took some really big hits last season.
Well, he got
Just
crunched last year. So many times.
huge hits that he should not have been taken.
Yeah.
So he's that guy's all backyard football. I like him a lot. I think they're only going to get better. Tennessee. I wouldn't say expect a playoffs right now or anything, but I do think give it some time. And they went from one of the older teams to now one of the younger teams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is good. This is where they can really improve their team on draft day.
Yeah. I think Alt is by far the most pro ready player in the class, maybe behind Marvin Harrison Jr. But Alt, I mean, he's so good both in the pass blocking and run blocking. He gets the little kickback step on the pass pro set. He does it pretty quick for his size, but when he gets his hands on you, you're pretty much done. So the only thing with
He's
him,
gonna throw some guys on the ground.
yeah,
There's no doubt about that.
he's creative with the way he uses his hands, even at his size. But I think the main thing with him is dealing with speed. I want to see how he deals with the speedy edge rushers like Josh Allen in the AFC South, on the Jaguars, of course, and now Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson. So he's going to be in for it his first year, but I'm sure that's what he's looking for. So all plus his name, that is an all Hall of Fame name.
That's a great point, Ian. It's a great like Hall of
Hall
Fame
of Fame
name
name.
for him.
Yeah. But
It's so
yeah, I
fitting.
love Alt, man. At 8, he may be a little bit high here, but he's the best defense player in the draft, in my opinion. Leatu Latu,
I like it, Ian. I like that a
pass
lot.
rush technician. He is excellent in the way he uses his hands, the way he misdirects, uses his body, bends around the corner. He's got it all, and he's a solid run defender. So, and there's times as well where he'll line up over the guard instead of the tackle, and he's got a nice little spin move as well that he likes to use. So I think he's going to be an immediate impact for the Falcons, who are looking to really take a leap this year with Kirk. And Latu
Yes.
really reminds me of Trey Hendrickson as well. So
From Cincinnati. I like
yeah,
that a lot for the
that's
Bengals.
that's going to be good, man. That's going to be good.
All right. I got another trade here.
Let's do it.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. We're going to go to the Indianapolis Colts train with the Chicago Bears, and
Okay.
they want Brock Bowers. I
They
am
want
telling you
Brock.
right now, they want him. And that's the reason you might be asking, well, why trade 9? Because the Jets are going to take him at 10 if they don't. And with Brock Bowers, I mean, this guy is the most complete tight end in the NFL draft. No question about it. He can
Yeah.
block, he can catch. We saw all the 1,000-yard seasons he had with Georgia. I think that's only going to translate into the NFL. Anthony Richardson is going to love him. He's going to need him. There's no doubt about that. And that's going to be great for the offense again. And because not only will he be able to catch from Anthony Richardson, he's going to be able to block for Jonathan Taylor. So
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
going just on top of that line. So that's going to be really big for the Indianapolis Colts. I like Brock Bowers a lot. I think some of the catches he makes are absolutely crazy too. And I haven't really seen a tight end prospect like this in a while. It's really been fun to see him
Yeah.
play.
He's what you call a blue chip prospect at his position, so even above elite. So he is screams George Kittle to me. Screams it. It's obvious. He's a yards after catch machine. Give him the ball, and he will run you over, run past you. Use his soft hands to manipulate, and he does such a good job of like sitting in between the zones. So if there's a guy, if he's running around right in the middle of the field, if he's running supposed to run a corner, back to the backside. He'll sit in between the players and give his quarterback the best angle to give him the football and just let him work. There was times where he would line up as the running, even as the tailback, running back, whatever you want to call it, and
I saw a lot of those packages Georgia would
yeah,
use there. Yes.
he's just so versatile. And then the blocking, like he has everything. The only thing maybe his frame, but I don't see that being a problem. So
I don't either.
Bowers is as good as it gets at that position.
We
So
will see if the Colts really do that, but I think there's a
yeah,
possibility some team
I
may trade up.
I'm telling you that is a possibility. From what I've read that can really happen, especially if they really feel like the Jets may take Bowers, which honestly I would if he's there. But now that he's not, I'm going to go Olu Fashanu from Penn State tackle. I think he can play a little bit of both sides. He may play some guard for them early on, but they have two old offensive tackles with Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses who have dealt with some injury. But he is a good depth piece. He has high upside. He would have been the first offensive lineman taken last year if he declared, but he did not. He stayed another year, had a pretty good year, and now
Yep.
pretty much the consensus offensive lineman or the second best offensive tackle at least in this class. So Fashanu is a beast, and he is would be very good for whoever would be after Rodgers, or if he plays another year after that.
I like that a lot. I do think so. Number 11. Well, just to go on about him, I agree with you, Ian. That's big. And I mean, there also last season, I was even talking about how I thought the Jets' biggest weakness was being overlooked. You know, you have a 39-year-old quarterback who
Right.
didn't really have much protection. I obviously didn't anticipate happening what happened in the fourth play of the season, but it's a big problem for the Jets that they need to address, and just to get more of that would be huge for them. Just to go on now for the Chargers here. Originally I was thinking Dallas Turner, but the Chargers need a wide receiver. I really think they do. I mean, because they lost Mike Williams to the Jets and they lost Keenan Allen to the Bears. So I think, oof, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah, I'll go Roma,
Odunze,
Odunze?
yeah,
Odunze,
Odunze,
yes, Roma
Odunze,
Odunze.
Odunze, yeah,
Udinze, yes. I like him a lot from Washington. I mean, this was a big reason why Michael Penix Jr. was a Heisman candidate.
right.
That was a go-to guy for him. He's a great way to open up the offense,
Mm-hmm.
and I like him a lot. I think he's actually a really good route runner as
Oh
well.
yeah,
Plus, he's
excellent,
a great route
excellent.
runner. There's a lot that I like about him. And like I said, I believe I don't get me wrong, I love that Jim Harbaugh is now the coach for the Chargers, but they really did Justin Herbert, I mean, losing Mike Williams and Keenan Allen's a lot. So
Yeah,
you need to start with a wide receiver, and I think he'd be a
yeah.
great guy to start with for
He's
Justin
got some
Herbert.
Keenan Allen to his game. He is a route running
He does.
technician. Um, his release off the line is excellent. So when the corner is pressing him, he's able to get off of it really quickly, and he's able to get physical with him. But he's twitchy for his size because he's 6'2", 6'3", about 215 pounds. He ran like a 4.47 as well. So I mean that was a really good
Yes.
time for him. But they say 50-50 balls are his thing, but really when it's him, it's like 80-20. So it's
It
like
is. It's
he's
a great way of saying it.
he's an really unbelievable player. I Daniel Jeremiah, the main draft analyst for NFL Network, has him over Neighbors, which honestly, it's definitely an argument.
You
Like
can make a great argument for it.
he's such a complete player. He reminds me more of a Devontae Adams than Marvin Harrison for some reason. But man, he's just such a complete
Hmm.
receiver. But he's another one that's not super speedy after the catch or super physical, but he's got everything else, man. He's gonna be if the Chargers end up with him in this trade, man, that'd be
I know
sick,
this is a little bit of a bold
sick for
take,
him.
but there's a little bit of me, just a little bit of characteristics where I see some Larry Fitzgerald in him actually.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
Just with the
the
routes
size
alone and
too. Yeah, the
catch it.
size,
Yes,
everything.
yes.
Yeah, I see it. Okay. Denver here. You leave Dallas Turner for me. I'm gonna go ahead and take him.
Smart man.
Long wingspan. They might as well just take him at this point. I don't think their QB option is here, at least at this pick. If they really want one of the next ones, they'd probably have to trade back into the first round during the late sections of it. But Turner, long arms, really good run defender, plays with an edge, super athletic, and he has good bend around the edge as well. So he's flexible. He's got good ankle flexion, can really get around it. Is relentless when he's chasing after the QB. So that would be really good for them. Really boost up their defense as well. So we'll go
They
Mr.
they are
Dallas
going to need
Turner
it.
to Denver.
I mean, that defense has shifted so much and not for the better, but it's that's going to be a good stepping stone for them.
Yes.
This could be a reach, but I do think the Raiders select Bo Nix
Okay.
at 13. I know it's kind of been more projected he goes later in the round, but with no disrespect, I mean, I like the way Gardner Minshew carries himself and Aiden O'Connell. I think they need to roll the dice on a quarterback. Jimmy
Yeah.
Garoppolo did not pan out how they thought he would at all.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate to see as he got older and everything. So I think you're gonna have to really have faith in this, and I think there are things to like from Bo Nix's game. Auburn, he didn't really start out how I don't think people were thinking he would, but once he transferred to Oregon, he became a really efficient passer. He
Yeah.
really rarely threw interceptions, and I know a lot of it's gonna have to be trying to find the right fit and everything, but you can get some pieces for him, and I think he just naturally has better things to offer than Minshew and O'Connell.
Yeah. He's got so much experience too. I think he fits
He's been in
just
college
in
for
about
so long. I
every
think since I was like a sophomore in high school.
bro. Yeah, he's been there a while, man. He's a bunch of experience, but he fits just in about every pro style offense, which he did at Oregon. He's got an excellent weapon in Mr. Adams, Devontae Adams, obviously. I think they're going to add another receiver probably in the later rounds this draft because they're going to need to get him some more help. But they get Michael Mayer from Notre Dame, the tight end from last year, who I thought was pretty good this season. He just didn't really get involved. Bad quarterback play, really. But I think Knicks. I actually had them trading back into the first round later on, but honestly, I see this being a fit for Knicks. I would really, I'd like to see that one to be honest. Okay,
No
at
doubt about it.
14 here, I was kind of torn on two offensive tackles. But ultimately, I went with Mr. Latham, J.C. Latham from Alabama.
I like
He's
that.
big
Oh,
guy, really big
oh,
guy. He's like 6'6", 340, I think,
he's
or
ginormous.
maybe 320, 330. But moves pretty well for his size, good in pass protection. I think he's a right tackle, and that would really boost up, beef up their line, especially with Ramczyk, maybe possibly at the end of his career with that injury, and then Trevor Penning being not very good. So that's gonna help them a lot. I think that'd be huge for New Orleans there.
You're exactly right. You're gonna need to protect Derek Carr. I mean, that man was playing through so many different injuries this past season. It was a groin, AC joint injury, or actually even clavicle. He was
He was
playing
just
through
beat up,
everything.
man.
He
He was
was
beat
beat
up.
up. I mean, it was tough to see. It was tough to see. So that's great. And he's got a lot of there's even some things I think with JC that he's got better than any O lineman. Maybe not complete as a complete O lineman, but of some characteristics, I think he just has the best and also just bulldozing guys and
Right.
making sure Derek gets protected. 15. So this is the Bears, and yeah, I'm gonna go O'Donnell Mitchell from Texas. I think this is going to be really big for Chicago. I just pointed out, you got Keenan Allen and you got DJ Moore. Why not open
Yeah.
up that Bears offense more and get O'Donnell Mitchell for
Exactly. Right.
Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
I mean, you look and I think they have more needs in the offense than the defense. So this would be great. This would absolutely be great for Chicago. This would make really what they've been looking for so long and trying to find a quarterback just having an explosive offense. It just doesn't seem like it's something we normally hear with Chicago, and
Yeah.
I think this guy can really do it. He's great on deep balls. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, is he
Excellent.
ever? And
Excellent.
he can make just a lot of great catches. Solid route runner, I'd say, but I
Yeah.
think it can even get better and everything like that.
Yeah. I don't want to put a label on him, but or like put a bad standard on him. But the way he moves really reminds me of CD Lamb. kind of like the body type too, jump ball machine. He really catches with his hands, but I think play style wise, it really reminds me of George Pickens. Not the best route runner, but vertical threat, and has the speed when he does get it on the run. He does have the speed to get out and run because he ran like a 4.3440, which is really was a really good time for him. So I think that'd be great for them. At 16, we're going to go Jared Verse. Reminds me of Will Anderson. Not a very bendy pass rusher, but he has the speed to power. So he'll be a speed guy. Not the best run defender either. So he'll be a pass rush specialist at least early on in his career. He needs to get better at getting hands on guys earlier so he can get off those blocks and then able to make plays and use his arm length a little bit better. But I think that would really help their defense and just in implementing more youth as well to that squad.
He really is so physical too. So that would really be great for Seattle. Like you
Yeah,
said, they really need that. So 17, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll have them taking Troy, the tackle. I like him a lot. I think, yeah, from Washington. There you go.
yeah,
I think, you know, a big reason of the Jaguars were looking so great when they were 9-3 and everything was looking really good. But then Trevor just got so much pressure happening to him so quickly. I mean, 1-2 and he's sacked. And
yeah,
that led to the injury, that led to then the team sinking down. You need to start really addressing the line. I mean, there's other pieces, some for sure in the secondary. I definitely think would be great for them. But I think first you got to go offensive line, and that would be a great match, I think, for them. He's a
yeah,
mean guy. He really, which I think would be a great fit in Duval County. And I think, it would just be really great for him. Yeah.
yeah. He's one of the more versatile ones as well too. So I think he played a
Mhm.
lot more left tackle, but he can play inside. I don't see him playing as center, but maybe right guard, left guard, really everywhere except center. And he has a mean streak, so he just runs people over. He's such a good mover as well. Um, I'd be very sad if Terry Arnold fell to the Bengals, especially being a Steeler fan, but I'm going to go with him here.
Mhm.
He is the best corner in this draft, I think, especially when you just watch him play. I mean, he mirrors receivers well. He's a good enough athlete, and he's an asset in the run game. He is not a liability. He is physical. He plays hard. I don't think he doesn't really flip his hips as well. I think he'll be good in man and obviously man, but press man and off man coverage early on in his career. But I would like to see him clean up the penalties as well. Gets a little bit handsy, but Arnold overall is probably the best corner in this class, more complete. So I think Arnold would be.
He really is. Like you said, there are, I think, some of the concern, the penalties and things like that, but I think he can clean that up
Yeah.
for sure. This is going to be the Rams. I feel like they could go so many different ways.
Yeah, they definitely could.
They really could, but I do think Amarius Mims would be good for them. I really do. I think get some more offensive line help. I think that was a little bit of a weakness for them this past season. Um, and that led to the Stafford injuries from last season, the season before.
Yeah,
Um, and I don't want to say anything, but this could be Stafford's farewell season.
yeah, I hope
So
not, but yeah,
yes, it could be. So I think getting him some protection would be great. This guy did a lot too in Georgia. I mean, he's really just been all up in there, and I think he's another guy. He's versatile. He can start playing different positions if need be. Um, I
yeah.
like him a lot, and I think Stafford would really appreciate him too.
hmm So with him, he's very far along for the amount of games that he played. So he's not very he didn't have a bunch of experience because I think he had a little bit of injuries, but man, he is a mountain of a man. He's like 6'8", 340. So he can really move. So that'd be a very good pick for them, I think. We have about 9 minutes left. We are much farther along than last time, so I think we're going to be good.
Okay,
Definitely we can speed it up a little bit, but I think we
we can speed
should
up
be
some for
good.
sure. Yeah,
So
yeah.
here is Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, I'm gonna have them trade back with
Da da
the
dun, da da dun. Ian's
Buffalo
first trade here.
Bills. I think the Bills are gonna want to trade up and take a receiver. So we're gonna have the Bills select Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU. Um, Deep threat really reminds me of Martavis Bryant from Pittsburgh all those years ago. Excellent deep threat, good hands, solid fluid route runner, and he's a jump ball machine. So I think Josh Allen would really enjoy throwing him deep ball, especially after losing Diggs. It wasn't the same deep threat. Obviously, he's still a good route runner, but Thomas would really open up that outside receiver spot for them and really help out, I think. So we go Brian Thomas.
I like that a lot. Can you go to the edge rushers real quick? Because I did
Yeah.
have Latu, but I do like you actually having him up there. Yes, okay, thank you. Ooh, man. I think Darius Robinson would be a great fit for Miami. I really do. I would like him a lot there. I think there was some there I mean they definitely lost some of that,
Yeah.
in the off season, everything like that. I think you want to get some pressure to the quarterback, and he made some really key impact plays on third and long, things like that on how to get to the quarterback. So I think Miami needs that, because one of the things for Miami is their defense had trouble getting off the field when it would come to third down in situations and certain parts of the game. So I think Darius Robinson, he's a great closer.
Yeah. Excuse me. He played a lot more inside outside as well because he's big. He's a big guy. He's like 280 pounds too. So he's
Hmm.
got the power and he's a good athlete as well. So yeah, Robinson, but that'd be a pretty good pick for them, I think. At 22, they're going to go Fuaga. If there's no way he's going to keep falling. I
That's true.
I think he can sit behind Lane Johnson a year or really play. I think they can play him on the interior as well. But I think he's the best or second best. Wait, no, excuse me. Best. He's the best right tackle in the draft this year because he is absolute mauler in the run game. That's his thing. Is a little bit stiff in the hips, so I think pass protection he'll have a little bit of problem early on, but as he develops, he's going to become a very good player. I can just see it. I would not mind Pittsburgh taking him at 20 either, but we'll go Fuaga there.
For the Chargers, we know now from the trade. I'll go Quinion Mitchell over there from
Yeah,
Toledo. I know it's a little bit of a risk, and there's been some things like there has been times where there's been a blown coverage now and then, but I think he's physical. I think the Chargers are really going to want someone like him. And we saw them get a wide receiver earlier. They got to start with addressing the biggest needs on the table, and that's wide receiver and cornerback. And I think he can, once he's like actually gets adapted and everything, I think he's gonna really be able to deflect a ton of balls and step up and make some really big plays for the Chargers.
yeah, he's a good player. He can go as high as 12. If I'm being honest, I
Good.
think that's his range though, 12 to 24 range. Um, but yeah, I like that a lot. Here we're gonna go. Man, this is tough. Oh, whoops. No.
Oh,
Oh,
all
no.
good.
Why is it doing this? Taking so long.
That's weird. Should
Where
close.
the
Oh,
where the
oh
hell,
no.
man? I'm gonna be on AT&T, man. Yeah. All right. Can you see it?
Yes, it's all good
Okay. All
now.
right. We're gonna go Byron Murphy, pass rush specialist. A little bit undersized as a tackle, defensive tackle, but he eats up double teams. So I think that'd be good for them.
Yes, 25. Yeah, 25. The Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna go. They're gonna get Nate Wiggins, I believe. I
Okay.
would like him a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they could also go offensive line, but I
Mhm.
think you want to pair him up with Jari Alexander. Their secondary did get beat up a ton,
Yeah.
and what was in the depth of Green Bay, like Jonathan Owens, he's gone. People like that, so they need to address the secondary more. And I think Nate Wiggins, yes, he can be handsy at times, but I really believe he can be a shutdown corner, and it would
Yeah.
just
I,
be
I
great.
agree, man. He is fast, bro.
So fast.
Here,
I think you could see some
yeah,
pick sixes.
definitely. Here we're gonna have Seattle trade back into the first round if it lets me do it. Hopefully,
Oh, I like that. That's good.
and it's starting to move slower. All right, it accepted the trade at least. All right, we're gonna have Seattle take Michael Penix. I think this
Love
is,
it.
I would love this for him. Going
His
back
deep ball
to
is
going
amazing.
back to
Goodness.
Washington too has the 3/4 little sidearm sling for a lefty, and I think him just throwing to Metcalf, Lockett, Smaxon, Jackson Smith, and Jigba at least 35 times a game. He's, I think that'd be awesome. I think he's gonna be a Pro Bowler. I think he's that good.
I like that a lot. And we know Geno Smith's not going to be around
Yeah,
forever. So,
we got
Cardinals,
we have 320 remaining.
okay. Is Darius Robinson on the table?
He is gone.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, shoot. Okay. What are their needs? Wide receiver, defensive tackle. Oh, I'll have them go Kool-Aid actually from Alabama. I like him a lot.
Damn it, why is my cursor doing this? All right.
Okay. Yeah, Kool-Aid from Alabama. Will it let
Kool-Aid.
you click? It will. Yeah, I think pair him up. I think that can be a great fit. I know we got to go quick, but I think that
Yeah.
that's a need they want, and I like that for them.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, if it's gonna load, I'm gonna go Graham Barton. He'll play center at the next level. Absolute
He's
physical
so
athlete.
underrated.
Yeah. And he's been rising on Pittsburgh's board. That seems to be the speculation of what they want to take, and they need a center badly. Really good athlete too. So I would love that.
I like that a lot. I'll go Craig Robinson from Penn State. I was really impressed with him. He'll go to Detroit. I was very impressed with him. I think he's under a lot of people's radar. He's not
Yeah.
really, a guy but he's big. He knows how to get to the quarterback, and you pair him up with Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know why I was drawing blank.
Yeah.
Him and Aiden Hutchinson would be such a scary pass
He's
rusher.
got speed, man. He plays with an edge for his size, man. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I read that Lamar Jackson's been scouting the offensive lineman this year. So
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Jordan Moore or yeah, I'm gonna go with Jordan Morgan. I think he's a little bit more pro
Okay.
ready than Tyler Guyton. He can play interior outside too as well. So I think that'd be good for him for Lamar because they lost a few guys as well. So
I like that a lot. Okay. Let's go to the cornerbacks. Because I had like a different trade going, but it's just better if I go San Francisco for
okay.
time
Yeah.
necessary.
Cooper
Um,
Cooper DeJean plays corner as well. He's kind of like the interior out. He plays both.
okay. Yeah, I'll go Max Mellon. I actually liked him a lot from Rutgers.
My,
He he's very athletic, and I think he would be just such a great fit for
yeah,
San
he
Francisco.
plays inside outside too. That
Hmm.
leaves the Chiefs as the last pick in the draft. Yeah. So thinking about wide receiver, let's go with
They definitely do need one.
my thing is lagging like crazy right now. This is not good.
The Florida receiver,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lad.
Ricky Purcell.
I'm gonna go
No,
with Lad McConkey. He's a route technician.
that's a
And
good
he's a good
one.
athlete. I think that's gonna be really good for Mahomes there. So there's the full results there.
It's a good one.
Hopefully you guys see that. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yes.
We have less than a minute on the Zoom meeting, so I'm gonna click the stop share. But once again, we're gonna do playoff predictions, anything like that. So we'll see you
I'm
guys.
so excited for that. Even be easier to talk about and everything.
Yeah,
We won't have to do so much
yeah.
clicking and scrolling for everything.
Yeah.
But the draft's a very exciting time of the year. It's 8 days away. Yeah, 8 days away.
Appreciate you guys tuning in though. See you guys
Yes.
next time.
Thank you.